Hello and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Trendz Travel. As always, I'm your host Eloise Scoble, and today we find ourselves at the Intercontinental Johannesburg Sandton Towers. From me and my team, we'd like to wish you a very, very happy Father's Day. So we start off today's show with Puleng as she takes us to a gin masterclass. Now for all of those who haven't yet found the perfect Father's Day gift, I suggest you pay close attention.
World Gin Day brought together a group of young socialites under one roof to learn the skill of cocktail making. For a newcomer, I was eager to discover if I was gifted at mixing drinks.
Today it's World Gin Day. I'm in central Johannesburg to get a crash course on how to make cocktails. For someone who's not familiar with gin, I have a feeling that by the time I leave this place, I will know everything there is to learn about cocktails and all the types of gin out there. I have my mixologist right here who's about to teach me everything I need to learn. World Gin Day, what does it mean?
So World Gin Day is just basically I'd say global celebration of the beauty that is gin. I mean, gin has been a fad in South Africa for about a year and a half now, and the gin bubble's still going. I mean, everyone's waiting for it to burst, and they're like, what is the new thing? I mean, I think the thing with gin is that everyone's especially in South Africa, everyone's making their own gin. I mean, there's over 150 odd South African gins alone, and that doesn't even include international gins. I mean, each gin is beautiful in its own right. What I'd like to get across to a lot of people is that when you can afford it, spend your money on like a handcrafted gin. What's cool about that is that the South Africans have actually catered its whole product made for South Africans by South Africans, which is awesome. I mean, I have plenty of favorite gins, and you know what I like about it is that I like the variety of gins, and you can do so much with it. If you put it in cocktails, gin and tonics, gin and lemonade, there's no wrong way to serve a gin. I'm going to demonstrate how to do the cocktail for you, and then I've got the ingredients in front of me. Okay, so big side, 50 floral. Okay, we're going to do 10 mils of honey. Going to take the lid off that one. Cool, so this one you want to put about 20 mils in. 20 mils. And get some ass. Gonna shake it up. Cool. Gonna pour our cocktail in.
In no time, we got the hang of things, and mixing seems easy at first, until I got carried away and started improvising. And now for the results. Well, not so bad for a first-timer. Let's see what the others put together.
We love our gin, so this is extremely exciting for us.
Yeah. Okay, so as someone that drinks gin, are you impressed with your creations today?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. So tasty.
And you?
I love it. I didn't know I can mix, is it baby's breath?
Baby's breath.
Baby's breath with cucumber tonic. So this is awesome.
I think we're quite classic in the way we drink it, so it's just a really good gin with normal tonic water or some pink tonic. And I think we like it because it's not overly sweet, so it doesn't have lots of sweet mixes. And even though it's not, it makes it feel like a slightly healthier alcoholic drink.
Now we all know the story of Chris Heine's tragic assassination and his lost legacy, but I bet you've never heard his story told like this before. Nadia Nabuza takes us to the theatre where we have a jazzy version of his life story. For all of those who are celebrating Youth Month, I suggest you go out and have a look.
The revolution continues. The youth of 2019 are expressing themselves through the arts. This production is reflecting back in history at the life of Chris Tembisile Hani, to be precise.
I see wisdom, courage, conviction, lerato, indoda, inkululeko, and I see a soldier.
So what did it take to play such a role?
First, it was the research part, and a lot of creativity. And then after that, it was the physical part of it, which is exercising, training, and really getting to know the man as well. It was interesting, but a little bit challenging because also, for the first time, taking on such an iconic character or a man to relive the life of such a man on stage. It was scary, but also it was a lot of fun and also challenging mentally for myself, because I believe that there are lessons that we take from each and every character that we play. So with everything that he said and he did, I am now evaluating myself and and what can I do, what can I not do, so yeah. Also Yampusha personally as a human being, aside from the actor and all of those, but not personally as Dalutin, it changes me somehow.
Out of exile and struggling for freedom came a beautiful love story. Chris met a revolutionary in her own right, Me Dimpo. They later got married and had children. History needs to be kept alive, and not only in library shelves but brought to life in our theatres.
You may kiss the bride.
So go see it for yourself at the Market Theatre ending June 16th.
In 1981, they tried the first one. Attempted killing of my husband. They weren't done.
So yes, it is Father's Day, but it's also Youth Day, and we'd love to know what you guys get up to. So why don't you let us know on Instagram or on Twitter? That's on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag SABC News.
We're explorers. We always have been, endlessly curious, always looking for answers, for new frontiers, for new stories. Because that is who we are. From script to screen, from yelling action to taking you on a journey. Radio producers, script writers, on-air presenters, news reporters, sports analysts. We spend late nights creating captivating storylines and earlier mornings keeping you informed, educated, and entertained. For us, it's not a job, it's a calling. We do this and more because you do your part. SABC TV licenses, made possible by you.
On Full View, the end of the day means unpacking the day's events. We recap all major news stories from around the world.
The African Union's decision to suspend Sudan's membership was made by the AU Peace and Security Council.
It was a unanimous decision. We said we'll give them up to 60 days.
And have in-depth discussions on what's happening in our country.
This economy, for it to grow, you need people that will be working in order for them to be able to have the buying power.
The SABC News mobile app is your one-stop digital portal to all the news you need. Stay connected with the latest in breaking news. Watch the SABC News channel along with clips and live streams of all the big news events. And listen to all the SABC News radio stations live, including podcasts and much more. Simply download the SABC News app to your Android or iOS device from either the Play Store or the App Store. SABC News, independent, impartial.
Now guys, I know that winter seems like the perfect time to stay indoors and catch up on your binge watching, but I'd love to encourage you to get out there and savor the fresh, cool, crisp air, and that's exactly what Puling did on her hike.
Trail walkers and runners are spoiled for choice at Vulindaba Country Estate. With fun-filled hiking paths and mountain biking trails, there's over 500 kilometers of trails through the estate. The trail caters for all levels with 3 route types.
We've got 3 different routes, beginners, intermediate and advanced one. All our routes is spectacular views of the mountains. We're in the lower Drakensberg, or upper Drakensberg anyway. And the views, as I say, it's just stunning. It's catered for every aspect, all beginners, advanced guys, whether you're fit or you're unfit.
For beginners such as myself, this trail is the shortest and the easiest.
The beginners hiking is about 14 kilometers. It's fairly flat in the hidden valley, and yeah, it's quite easy, as I say. It's not up and down, fairly flat. Intermediate route is about 17 kilometers. It's a bit uphill. It's going up to the halfway of the mountain and traversing back. And then we've got the advanced route, 19 kilometers, which is very technical, a lot of switchbacks, but again, spectacular views of the estate.
The hidden valley basin creates wide trails sweeping turns through gently sloping grass. The perfect season to hike would be?
All year around. Winter months is less snacks, obviously, and it's much colder, but all year around, anything 7 o'clock in the mornings. Yeah, it depends on you.
Which hiking trails have you done? I've done all of them, but my most favorite is the black one, which is 19 kilometers. I guess when I did that one, it sort of taught me something about life, that you never know how far you can go because it's very long. But throughout the route, you learn a lot of different things. Yeah, because you find a lot of surprises inside the route, so that's why I love it.
They say summer bodies are made in winter, so go out there and get hiking.
Bounce Forward is a massive indoor trampoline park that provides an adrenaline rush for all ages, and today we will be participating in their Bounce Fitness class.
So Bounce Inc. is a massive adrenaline playground. We're obviously a trampoline park, but we like to think of ourselves as more than that. So although we're wall-to-floor trampolines, we've got an obstacle course in here called the X Park. We also have climbing walls in our clip and climb. So Bounce Fit is an arena where people can come and just unleash themselves, have loads of fun, and have a great time while getting fit and having fun.
Started off with, we about 10 minutes just to get a nice warm-up, joint mobility. Okay, starting off with risks.
Trampoline fitness, or rebounding as it's called, is a really superior form of fitness. It's sort of going mainstream now. People are starting to understand the benefits of it, but it's been around for a very long time. NASA, in fact, use rebound exercise or trampoline fitness to train up their astronauts when they come back from space, because obviously when they've been in space, they lose a lot of bone mass and muscle mass. So when they come back down to Earth, they need to build their strength up quickly. So they actually train the astronauts on trampolines.
2, 1. Okay, first set of the day will be a running set into push-ups. Running into push-ups, sit-ups, sorry. Running into sit-ups, and I'm going to give a different type of sit-up. Team, so get into that zone. Woo! Here we go.
So our core class will target obviously your abs, quads, and all that stuff. Anything core related, right? You're literally getting into a whole lot of hit circuits, on the trampolines, which is much, much more effective in terms of muscle building, weight loss, and all those things. So that's what you got into today.
Perfect, got it. Here we go.
If you thought that it was just bouncing up and down, you are sorely mistaken, as each row is assigned a different exercise.
Sit-ups there, right? Sit-ups here, squats here, and everything jumping related. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's all we're going to do.
It's a quick 45-second water and rest break, and we are back at it full force.
Nice, good job. Woo! That's it, that's it. Hanging push down, pulsing. There we go. 20 seconds remaining.
It is the most effective form of workout devised by men. And a study done by National University, whatever the case is, said that 15 minutes or 10 minutes of jumping up and down on a trampoline has been proven to be better cardio compared to 33 minutes running on a treadmill. So, you can kind of get the math. It's almost like doing a marathon.
After star jumps, jump squats, jumping jacks, and kick jumps, we slow it down before we start the next exercise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Anthony, go.
The class is a full hour long and incorporates strenuous squat type exercises that don't look like much, but boy do they burn.
That's it. Explosive. Yeah. Out explosive. Good job.
From there, it's time to partner up for some interactive sit-ups that literally tug at your core.
3.
A few reps of this, and our instructor encouraging us to go hard, and we are back on our feet again.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Luckily now, we have reached the end of our class, and it's time to stretch it out. Reaching our arms high up to stretch out the core. Then all the way down as we roll out from our toes, back up to the sky. And we end it all with the camaraderie of a huddle break. I must admit, I'm already feeling the change in my body.
And the first thing that you're going to feel, you're going to get home, you're going to be like, wow, okay, I can feel this, you know what I mean? And over time, you'll see, you know, the gains, the weight loss, the skin tightening will all come in time, which is what we've seen from our bounce fitters, and I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to hearing your story, all right? So let's start writing those pages.
So today's class was it used a lot of energy, a lot of exercise, but it was a lot of fun, and it's harder than it looks, honestly. But I remained smiling, and it was a good exercise.
Every high-profile court case, every breaking news story.
The manner in which these audits are done. Why is it targeted to blacks and Indians?
Every inquiry. We are there, front and center. We also bring you an hour-long breakdown of the day's markets, simplifying the numbers for your better understanding.
When everyone is too excited about the market, that's normally when things start turning.
All this and more. This is On Point.
I use my name first and foremost. That's all I heard. And from using the name, I got a small loan of 8,000 Rand.
I remember there is a time la sa zama kumfunela umsebenzi.
The Lyric Theatre at Gold Reef City is definitely warming up our colder winter months with their Ignited Dance Extravaganza. This is a fiery performance that I do suggest you go out and have a look at. Gold Reef City is warming up this winter with a fiery new dance extravaganza, Ignited. Boasting a cast of 12 dancers, split into 8 girls and 4 boys, this music and dance spectacular is a collaboration with renowned show director, producer and choreographer Jared McKenzie.
It's a variety show. It's got some local music in it, it's got international music in it. We've got a section with an 80s section. So it's a fast-paced variety show. The dancers do a lot of dance numbers. There's a lot of quick changes in the show, so the dancers are busy all the time. I like my stage to be full all the time, so there's no empty stages, so I make the girls and boys work, yeah.
Are you ready for this? Are you hitting on the edge of the seat? Out of the doorway, the bullet. Baby, if I used to say yes, when I call the truck, yes, I say now, baby, yes, baby. Baby, child, let's go, let's go, I see. Baby, if I used to say yes.
Ignited promises a night to remember, featuring spectacular costumes with a number of quick wardrobe changes, fiery dance routines, and jaw-dropping performances by talented singers Tracy Lee Oliver and Nigel Morkel, who take the lead roles in this phenomenal show. You were all over tonight. You were a bit of Adele, you were a bit of Celine. Tell us all about that.
That comes with starting out your career as a cover singer, and you have to just sing all of the covers that you possibly can. And, just a lot of training and a lot of love for the music that these people have written and have released, and, all the songs and what these songs actually mean to people in their daily lives. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting basically just enjoying every minute of being on stage because I love being on stage.
Flashback to the 80s.
Comprising of sections about fire, with most of the show evoking 80s and 90s music, a middle section entailing quite a big 80s selection filled with number one hit wonders. A local section permeating with Brenda Fassie, Mikasa and Afrikaans music amongst other genres. All in all, Mackenzie hinted of a proper Las Vegas casino type of an extravaganza.
So it's a fast-paced variety show, trying to bring back the glamour of the casinos, of the Las Vegas kind of casinos. So it's a very glamorous, upmarket, feathery show.
The show has something for everyone, young and older, while catering to different tastes in rock, Afrikaans, Bollywood, ballads, disco, Latin, and so much.
The reaction from this show has been amazing. The reaction that the audience has afterwards, because what we decided to do was to go do a meet and greet afterwards, because we really want to hear the feedback ourselves on how people are actually experiencing the show.
It's beautiful. It's the first time I see this. It's the first time I came here, so I don't know what it looks like.
The show was awesome. It was brilliant. The choreography, the ambience, everything was just perfect.
And the people their minds are blown, and they are just so excited that they came to watch the show, and it's like something they've never experienced before, and they are so proud of us because we are African and we are so full of talent, and we are so we're just the melting pot of different things. We do some comedy on stage, we do some singing on stage, the dances are fantastic. So the people's responses has been amazing.
And that's all we have in this week's edition of Trendz Travel. We hope you catch us again next week, same time, same place. But do remember that you can catch us on our Instagram and our Twitter pages. That's on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag SABC News.